The Youth Commission meeting of October 2nd to order. I'm going to quickly do roll call. As I call your name, if you can just say aye or here, just please make sure you speak into the microphone when you do so. So you may want to get your microphones on now if you can. Commissioner Campisi?
Here.
Commissioner Chabot?
Here.
Commissioner Cho?
Here.
Commissioner Edwards?
Here.
Commissioner Garcia?
Here.
Commissioner Huynh?
Here.
Commissioner Huang?
Here.
Commissioner Lewin?
Here.
Commissioner Mo?
Here.
Commissioner Oskan?
Here.
I don't know if I pronounced that properly. Commissioner Ramcharan?
Here.
Commissioner Reeds?
Here.
Commissioner Sorgan?
Here.
Commissioner Weiss?
Here.
And noting the absence of Commissioner Tagvoy, we do have a quorum for this evening. Okay, so now if I can ask everyone to please stand, and we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so now that we got through all of the formal items at the beginning of the agenda, I just want to welcome you all. This is our first Youth Commission meeting for this year, so I'm excited to see you all. We're going to go ahead and jump into the meat part of the agenda. Since we have not elected a chairperson just yet, I'll go ahead and lead the meeting until we get to that item, and then we can turn it over to whoever is elected for that position. So our next item is approve order of the agenda, and for this item, I just need to know if anyone would like to either make a change to the order of items that are listed on the agenda. If not, I do need to receive a motion to approve the order.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All ayes?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay. And bear with me, I have to take notes as we go, so I need to make sure I have the, Commissioner Reeds, you made the second? Okay, thank you. Okay, so that passes. For blue folder items, we do not have any this evening, so we can move on to consent calendar. Our consent calendar has 2 items, our affidavit of posting and approval of minutes for June 5th. Unless anyone would like to pull one of those items to discuss or have any questions about, we can entertain a motion to approve both of those items together.
I'll motion.
I second.
I just want to make sure the motion is to approve all of them.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that was Commissioner Mao and Commissioner Reeds. Did you second again? Oh, no, sorry. Okay, thank you. Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, so now we are on to item H, public participation on non-agenda items. This is an item on our agenda that will be on every agenda. It allows any member of the public to come and speak to you all, either in person or via Zoom, on any item that is not related to the agenda. So this is anything that is not connected to one of your discussion items this evening. So with that, we'll go ahead and turn it over to members of the public. Let's see if anyone in the audience is here first that wants to speak. Okay.
Good evening, commissioners. It's nice to see you. My name is Paige Kalajatovic. I'm the city council member in District 3. I'm very happy you're here. I look forward to all that you will contribute to the city. Last year, the Youth Commission worked really hard on identifying the things that are going into the teen center, the physical items, and I look forward to hopefully that you guys will program that to a very useful space. We've talked about, or we've heard a lot from you and others about third spaces and a place for you all to congregate and just have that's your own in the city. So as a city council member, I am here to support you. I know the other council members are as well. If there are things that we can do to uplift this conversation for you, please let us know. If there are other topics that are not making it on your agenda or things that we can help you with, we are here for it. And that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to thank you for stepping up for the community. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay, would anyone else like to speak? Okay, do we have anyone online?
No e-comments.
Okay, so we can close our public participation. We'll move on to item I. Items continue from previous agendas. We don't have any this evening, so we'll jump into our first discussion item. It's item J1, and this is an opportunity for you to receive a presentation by Redondo Beach Unified School District Board Clerk Raymer Flynn, and I actually don't see her. Is she happen to be online? No? Okay, so let's hold on this item, and just in case she's running a little bit behind, we could always jump back to this one. This was just for her to kind of introduce herself and let you know what her role with supporting you guys for this year is, so we can hold on that one. So let's move on to item J2. This is election of officers, and I do have a brief presentation for you. Okay. And just remember, if you'd like to see that, just click on present on your tabletop. Thank you. Okay, so I probably should have stated, with all of your items that are up for discussion in your agenda, there's a staff report that goes over any information that you need to know on that item. And so what we typically will provide on the bigger items is a staff presentation. On every item, you'll always receive a verbal presentation that kind of goes over what's on the agenda, but sometimes we also do a supplemental PowerPoint. And so this is all information that you've already read in your report, but so I'll just go over it briefly. So this item is for election of officers. So annually, every board and commission is supposed to elect a chairperson, a vice chair, and a secretary to serve. The chairperson is essentially the person that manages the meeting. So all of the movement that I've done on the agenda, calling the next item, calling for a vote, all of that is typically what the chairperson will do. So whoever is selected for that position will be the one likely speaking the most during all of the meetings. We, of course, the staff are here to support you, make sure that the meeting is running and flowing as necessary, but certainly it's really the chairperson that's managing the meeting. The vice chairperson will fill in for the chairperson if they're not here. If the chairperson is here, there's really nothing extra special for the vice chair to do unless the chairperson requests, for them to manage the meeting in their absence, or if they are unable to speak that meeting, whatever it would be, they would essentially fill in. And then the secretary is truly just a ceremonial position. There's really no responsibility attached to it, but we are required to fill that role if you would like to. So with that, I'm actually going to clear out of here. And thank you. I'm going to fill in. If it's up to you guys tonight, if you would like to nominate yourself, if you'd like to nominate others, what I will do is I will write the names down for each position if anyone is interested in each. And then after we get everyone's names in here, then what we can do is see if there's a motion for one person. So we can kind of go through that process of that. So let's start with the secretary. Let's start at the bottom. Not the bottom position, but probably the easier one to fill, I should have said. So is there anyone who would like to nominate themselves or others for the secretary position?
Yes, I'd like to nominate myself for the secretary position.
Okay.
My name is Josh Romao. Can I go into elaboration, or is that all you need?
I'm sorry?
Can I continue, or is that all you need?
For this one, yeah, that's
Okay.
it. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
I would also like to nominate myself. My name is Salim Oskan.
Okay. Is there anyone else for secretary?
I would like to nominate Commissioner Huynh.
Okay. Commissioner Huynh, would you accept that nomination?
Yes, I accept the nomination.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else for secretary?
I'd also like to nominate myself, please.
Okay. Okay, so now you can see on the screen the 4 commissioners that are interested in serving as secretary. Would anyone like to make a motion to select one person for that?
I motion to, what would the wording be?
I'm sorry?
I motion to suggest Commissioner Huynh as secretary.
Second.
Okay. Sorry, I just want to make sure I get the... Okay. And we'll go ahead and take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Okay, so
Wait,
congratulations.
sorry, I misordered. Actually, because I wanted to nominate myself for the other 2 positions as well. Like, I wanted to, like,
Okay.
just tell something about that.
Okay, so let's do this. Why don't
Can you,
we
like vote after?
We'll go through each position then, because I certainly don't want to put you in a position, because then we'll have to go back and revote.
Okay.
We'll do each position. We'll see where the nominations are, and then we'll start from chairperson then, because I think that's probably the most coveted one. So we'll start there. Okay. So sorry to confuse you. So we'll do secretary in just a moment. So for chairperson, is there anyone that'd like to nominate themselves or someone else?
I'd like to nominate myself for chairperson.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'd like to nominate myself for chairperson.
Okay. Okay. So let's do vice chair. And you can be in multiple categories here. Anyone for vice chair?
I'd like to nominate myself for vice chair.
Okay.
I would also like to nominate myself for vice chair.
I would also like to nominate myself for vice chair.
I would also like to nominate myself for vice chair.
Okay.
No, sorry. I would like to nominate myself for vice chair as well.
Sure.
I would also like to nominate.
Okay, no problem. Oops. Okay, is there anyone else for vice chair? Okay, that's great. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and start with chairperson then? We have Commissioners Reed and Huynh. Would anyone like to make a motion for selection?
I motion to select Commissioner Reeds for chairperson.
Second.
Okay. So that was Commissioner Weiss and Campisi. Okay, we'll go ahead and take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so congratulations, Commissioner Reeds. You will be our chairperson. Now we'll move on to vice chair. We have Commissioners Ram Sharan, I think I'm pronouncing right. I'm Commissioner Cho, Weiss, Chabot, Huynh, and Reeds. Would anyone like to make a motion for one of those?
I'd like to motion Commissioner Ramtron.
Second.
I'm sorry, who?
Commissioner Ramtron.
Ramshaw. And that was Commissioner Moe, and the second was Edwards. Okay. We'll go ahead and take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, congratulations. And then we'll move on to secretary.
I motion to nominate Commissioner Huynh.
Second.
I'm sorry, who was the second? Vice, okay. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, congratulations. So our chairperson will be Commissioner Reeds, our vice chair will be Commissioner Ramcharan, and secretary will be Commissioner Huynh. Okay, so Commissioner Reeds, if you're comfortable enough, would you like to take control of the meeting, or would?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we'll go ahead and turn it over to you. We can move on to, let me actually see.
I just got word, board member Flynn will be here in less than 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect. We can move on to item J3 then, when you're ready.
Okay, yeah. So can I get a motion to receive and file the previous youth commission?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. Okay, so we can move on to item J3. Yeah, you ready for the presentation? Yeah, okay, great. No, that's okay. Okay, so for item J3, oh, is that what you just did the motion for, was to receive and file?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I thought you were receiving and filing the nominations. So for this item, and actually is pretty standard, like I stated, what we'll do is we'll present the item, staff will do a verbal report or sometimes a presentation, and then we do have to have an opportunity for the members of the public to speak. And then now I'm realizing, I'm sorry, I'm doing too much over here. We didn't have public comment during the last item. So we should probably pause and make sure we don't have any for that, even though we did the motion already. But typically, we're supposed to have public comment and then do a motion. So before we jump into this item, I just want to make sure, is there any public comment on the election of officers? I apologize for the confusion. Okay, perfect. Okay, so for this item is our projects and goals. And this is really just a foundational item for you this evening. And that's why it's just receive and file. We're really not looking for you to make any definitive action tonight. We really want you to think on a lot of this information and come back in November, and we'll have a much more robust conversation, because what we're hoping to do is for you all to map out what you want your goals and objectives to be for the upcoming year or so. It could be longer as well. And so it's a pretty critical step in really paving your path for your work plan. And so we want to make sure you guys have the time and the resources that you need to have that constructive conversation. And so before we jump into this, I wanted to just briefly go over last year for the commission, we took the subcommittee's approach. And I wanted to provide an opportunity to just give you an overview of what subcommittees are. So for those that attended our commissioner orientation, if you'll remember the stress of that, or excuse me, where I stressed a lot that anytime you talk about items that are on our agendas have to be in a public facility. They have to have been publicly posted on the agenda. You can't talk about items that are not on the agenda. Members of the public must be able to speak on the item. Subcommittees is a way that you don't have to do all of that. Subcommittees are essentially where the commission, so in a formal meeting, you will select up to 7 commissioners to serve on a subcommittee. And so you give them a very specific topic that they are tasked with, and they can meet at any time. They do not have to post the meeting. They don't have to take minutes. It's very informal, but it provides an opportunity for really actionable work to happen outside of our meetings. These subcommittees, though, are required to return to the commission to provide updates on the work that they've been done, or that they've accomplished. And a lot of times, by the end of the subcommittee's work, they will come back to the commission with a recommendation. So for example, we had a subcommittee last year on the teen center. The teen survey. So we did a citywide teen survey last year that really was focused on asking the teens in the city what they want at a teen center, what type of activities, what type of amenities, when would you be most interested in attending activities. We really were looking at, as we're opening up our teen center, what we should be doing there. And so this teen survey subcommittee met outside of the meeting, helped us craft the questions for the survey, and then they presented their recommended survey to this commission at a meeting to review the questions and approve it. And so that's kind of the general workflow for subcommittees. There's no limit to the number of subcommittees that you can serve on. So I think last year we had a total of 4 at one point. We were down to 3 by the end of the year. I think we had a few commissioners that served on 2 or 3 subcommittees at a time. So you can serve on as many as you'd like. We just can't exceed 7 commissioners at any time. We as staff do support the work of the subcommittee, so don't feel like you're completely on it alone as you guys are having conversations. If there's some sort of city support that you need or extra information that we can help provide, we certainly will help guide you all along the way. So don't feel like we kind of just turn you loose and wait to see what you guys come up with. We're there right alongside you. And so I just preface this with, this is the approach we took last year. I do think there's a lot of value in subcommittees, but I also think there's some projects that serve better as bigger discussions with the full commission. So I certainly don't think subcommittees is the answer for every project or topic, but I just wanted you to know this is an option. So as you're thinking of topics and how we want to tackle them throughout the next month, so that in November we can talk through it, just know this is an option for us to consider of how we want to move forward. So this is, again, an overview of what's in your report. And I wanted to start by giving you a general overview of the subcommittees that the commission had last year. So they had a subcommittee that was focused on substance abuse, and underneath it was their focus and their purpose, and that was guided by the commission. So this is essentially what the commission told the subcommittee, this is what we want you to work on. So we had a substance abuse subcommittee. We had a communications subcommittee that was really focused on really getting outreach in the community, most specifically through Instagram. We do have an Instagram account, but it's somewhat dormant. I mean, we certainly on staff side try to post, but we really need some support from the teens for content and all of that. So I do think that's a critical either subcommittee or just, someone on the commission assisting staff behind the scenes is fine as well. But then the final one is the Teen Center and Events Subcommittee. This one was expanded more than or beyond just the Teen Center. So this is for even events that can be anywhere in the city. It's not just at the Teen Center. So it's any type of teen-related events. And so these were the 3 subcommittees that the commission ended with. Let's see, June was our last meeting. And so in our last meeting, we did ask each subcommittee what advice or recommendations they wanted to provide to our incoming commission, which is you all. And so here is the input that we received from the commission at that last meeting. So I do just want to say that for all 3 of these, the commission was in support of continuing these efforts if these are initiatives that this new commission agrees should continue to be focused on. So for the first one, for the Substance Abuse Subcommittee, some of the comments were to consider renaming it the Substance Control Subcommittee. One of the big things we heard from this subcommittee was that there's a lot of resources already with Beach Cities Health District, which you can see the second one was to work with adults that are already in the industry and are focused on that already at Beach Cities Health District or Alcove. And I think the original intent here was to see is there something we could do either at the Teen Center or even at the Youth Commission level. As we started digging through it a little bit more, it became pretty apparent that there's so many resources already out there. We don't necessarily need to reinvent the wheel, but how can we point teens in that direction? So, so just kind of food for thought with that. For the Communications Subcommittee, the input was to coordinate at least monthly posts. Again, it's difficult for us as staff sometimes to be right on top of posting as regularly. And we also don't know what you all want to see on the post. And so we really want your input. Let us know if there's a new event or cool hangout spot we want to start promoting, whatever it might be. So coordinate more regular posts, designate someone to ensure that posting is happening regularly. This kind of goes back to if there's a volunteer or again a subcommittee, we as staff will work with them to make sure we get regular content. Consider doing small highlights on local businesses. This was a recommendation that was brought up last year that many on the commission agreed would be a really great idea. It could almost be a series, perhaps. And then repost local high school events and activities. Again, filling us in and connecting us as staff, because we are the ones that manage the account, of what you want reposted. What is interesting enough that you want us to repost? And then the final one is the Teen Center and Events Subcommittee. And this one, overwhelmingly, yes, continue. The Teen Center just reopened. I was so happy to see a few of you at the event last week, and the building is open daily. And so there's a need for us to continue that momentum, continue hearing from you all on what we should be programming there. But the main kind of focal point was to consider doing holiday events. So, so this is just the input from last year's commission. You all now in your roles can do with this information as you please. If you, after you start reviewing everything and look at, kind of where the commission left off last year, believe that the communications subcommittee doesn't need to be there anymore and we can maybe do it in a different format, you have the ability to do that. I only share this just as like a starting off point for you. So just know this is just informational for you. And as you're thinking through the next few weeks, and then as we come into our November meeting, you can think of what's really important to the teens this year. And then since our last meeting, there has been some additional topics shared with us from many different sources that would be of interest to the teens or of interest to the city to get the teens' feedback on. And so I wanted to also throw these in here. These are also listed in your report, just so these can also be in your mind. But for e-bike use and safety for all road users, I think a lot of the e-bike conversations are just on safety for e-bikers, but it certainly causes some indirect traffic concerns. And so, a much larger topic than that. The second one is branding branding of Redondo Beach for the upcoming 2028 Olympic Games. How the city's website, redondo.org, and the city's social media accounts could better serve youth engagement. Last year, we were super focused on getting the RB Teens Instagram page going up, that we didn't really think about tying it back to our city social media accounts and maybe seeing if there's some cross collaboration or just ways we can engage the teens on all of our platforms. And then the final one is desires for future stores or attractions at the pier. That was actually a topic that was brought up several times last year, that as we bring in more businesses down at the pier, seeing if there's opportunities for things that are safer or engaging for the teens to go, and that way they can frequent the pier a little bit more, and just an extra space for teens to gather. And so for tonight, we're just recommending that you receive and file this report. And like I stated, consider all of what I just went through, just all the feedback from the commission, all the feedback that we've heard from others, and then think about other topics that you'd like to present to the commission next month. If in the meantime, there's information that you come up with that you'd like staff to help you get additional information on, if there's, let's say, a city initiative that you heard of that you'd like the commission to hear about, please reach out and I can certainly send you all the resources we can find. I truly want to make sure that in November you come prepared to discuss any items that are either listed here or that you'd like to bring up to the commission. So please feel free to let me know if you have any ideas in the meantime. So like I stated, this just receive and file. Before we take the final motion, I just want to know if there's any questions of you guys. You're welcome to ask me any questions. And then after that, we'll go ahead and do public comment, and then we could do our motion. So I'll turn it over to you if you have any questions on this item.
I have a question.
Sure.
I was wondering, so how do we, like, if we have an idea for like the teen center or something like that, should we be like bringing that up at this meeting or like the November meeting? How would that work?
Well, is it like a programming or activity idea? So that one we can bring up at the very end. There's a section on the agenda for commission member items.
Okay.
So that for tonight, it would be appropriate to bring it to there. But for next meeting, if you have bigger ideas or activities that you'd like to suggest, we can certainly bring it up during that discussion. And if it's large enough, we could figure out, should we create a subcommittee, depending on what it is. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. Okay. Okay, if there's no more questions, we'll turn it over to public comment. We'll see if anyone in the audience would like to speak. Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Thank you. Paige Kalajatovich, City Council, District 3. I just wanted to make a few comments, suggestions as you go through this process. One is that you're not all meant to agree. There's a lot of you here for a reason, and we want to hear that discussion. It's okay if you vote no on something. It doesn't mean that you think that was a bad idea, that you just may disagree on it. And so I encourage you, get comfortable voting no. It's okay. You can also make substitute motions. If someone's already made a motion, you can make a substitute motion. And then I think we can go to a substitute to the substitute motion. I think that's the limit, but just so you're aware. And the subcommittees are super valuable. It does add flexibility, but it does, I will say, slow things down a little bit. And it is a great opportunity for all of you to discuss something at the same time. The subcommittee does remove that topic from the rest of you who are not part of that subcommittee. So I encourage you to have discussions here, ask questions, even if someone else knows the answer, ask the question. Someone else may have that question as well, and the public may not know that. So sometimes asking a question just exposes that answer for the public. So have that discussion here. There's a reason that it is in public. And then just for the subcommittee, the communication subcommittee, I might suggest if someone is on that committee, to come prepared to the meeting with some suggestions for staff to post in the next month or so to make it easier for staff to plan ahead and get those posts out. So that's just for that specific subcommittee. And then the Teen Center, I had reached out to a few of you at the ribbon cutting. Me and a few other council members feel like this is your space. We had no say in what you all wanted in that space, and that was intentional. We want to do the same as far as what you want to do with that space. It truly is meant to be yours. We want you to use it, and if you're not using it, maybe you're just not doing your job. You guys are in charge of that space right now, and I really want you to take ownership of it and hear from your peers about how you can use it best, because it's a great tool, and we truly want you to use it. Lastly, I also might suggest that I did speak about the Olympic identifying things. Maybe ask staff about our city flag, what that looks like if you don't know. It's pretty shocking. And I think some of you may know, since I told you, that our city bird was named right before the Olympics, and it's the Goodyear blimp.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Raymer Flynn, and I proudly serve on the Redondo Beach Unified School District School Board. I'm one of 5 elected board members who are responsible for setting the policy and implementing it at the school district. And as you work on this subcommittee, I would welcome you if things come up that feel like they are school related or within the school jurisdiction. You can always reach out to me, the superintendent, any of your school board members, or even just ask a question. It may not be something that falls in the city's purview, but it's something that could be easily and should be brought to the school district's attention. We hope that you'll do that, and you'll consider coming to one of our board meetings, which is on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday generally of every month, to just report to us on the Youth Commission, because this is a really exciting opportunity for each and every one of you to have your voices heard, and you're representing other teens. So making sure that people know about the Youth Commission within the school district should be one of your, hopefully, big priorities in terms of communication. And I want you to know that the school district is there to help you. They have access to at least all the kids that are in school. So as you're working through that subcommittee, I encourage you to remember that you have the school district as your resource to communicate, whether it be about the teen center programming or whatever initiatives that you take on. We're here to help you and to serve you, and I'm so excited to see each and every one of you taking an active role in shaping youth activities and adult activities, quite frankly, in our Redondo Beach community. Thank you.
Okay, do we have anyone online? Okay, so Chair, I can turn it back over to you to do a motion or more discussion.
Yeah, if none of you have anything to say about this topic, then can I get a final motion to receive and file?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. And then,
Can I ask who's second? I'm sorry.
Oh, I did.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, Chair.
and then you wanted to turn it back to item J1, correct?
Yes, but let's just do a vote really quickly, just
yeah.
make sure everyone's in favor.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed? Great.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll move back to item J1, and this is just an opportunity for School Board Member Flynn to provide an overview to you all on her role with the commission and the support that she can provide as a school board member. So I'll turn it over to School Board Member Flynn, excuse me.
I think I am still a commissioner, just not actively. I'm not sure how
Liaison,
that works.
yes.
Liaison to the school board. So again, my name is Raymer Flynn, and last year I sat with you during some of you with the Youth Commission meetings as it came back to life. And I love that it has been turned over completely to the youth, as it should be. But I am your official liaison to the school district. So if you do honestly have any questions, I'm easily found, rflynn@rbusd.org. I'll give you my cell phone. You can find me on Instagram. I will answer any and all questions that you have. And you don't have to come to a school board meeting or wait for a school board meeting to ask your questions. I only can speak for myself in terms of what the school district does, but I can certainly point you in the right direction. If you have questions about who you should speak to, how you should communicate events, if it needs to be brought to the school board's attention or the superintendent's attention, we really, really do want to hear your voices and what you think. And at least in the 1 year that I was here, there were certainly things, especially when we talk about substance abuse or other things like that, that the school district, there are things that we're doing. And if you all don't know that, then we need to know that, because I think that means that we're not necessarily doing the best job of telling you what it is that we're doing. So that collaboration is what's so important. And it's great collaboration that you have with the city council and you also have with your school board. And that's why you have us here. So if you have any questions of me, am I allowed to answer, or are they allowed to speak if it's itemized?
We can go back.
Because it's on the agenda, you can ask me anything you want right now. I'm sort of in the hot seat. I'm so glad everything is going so well for all of you perfectly. And I will try to come back time to time just to let you know what's going on in the school district that you may not know about or we think we want your topics. So thank you again for your service.
Great. All right. Do I have to have public comment?
We
on
do,
this?
yes. Yes.
So is there anyone from the audience who wants to speak on this? Okay. And then are there any e-comments? Great. So can I get a motion to receive and file this presentation?
Motion. Motion. Oh,
All right. Can I get a second?
Second.
I'm sorry, who was Campisi, and who was the second?
Me.
Chabot, okay.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Great. Okay. And with that, I'll move on to the commissioner member items and future commission agenda topics.
So this is another standing item on the agenda that provides an opportunity for the commission, if there's items that they would like the commission to consider on a future agenda, they could very briefly describe the item tonight. And if the majority of the commission would like to speak on that item, then after a vote, we would agendize it on a future meeting. So I just want to specify that this is not a discussion item. It's really just an information, very brief, high-level information share, and then a vote to discuss it in the future. So I'll turn it over to you if you have any items.
I have an item I'd like to bring.
Sure.
So this is regarding the teen center and like future ways to improve it. So basically there's like these programs called like the South Bay Film Society and Indivisible Arts, and they're basically arts programs. And so I was thinking of incorporating like movie screenings or like independent film screenings in the teen center to like reach out to kids and also to get them involved with the South Bay Film Society, which is kind of like an underground like nonprofit, and as well as Indivisible Arts, which is like offers like painting classes and art classes, which I think would go well with the teen center's vision of like having students have like a place to have fun and like engage with each other. So I was thinking at the next meeting to discuss more on how to incorporate arts programming and film programming in the teen center.
Okay. Do we vote on that now, or do we let other people?
No, we can do that now. Before you do that, though, after kind of hearing the conversations tonight, I was just going to preface that I would like to have a staff-initiated item on the agenda that's very high level of this is what the teen center currently is. These are the amenities we have. These are the programs we offer. And that way, when you're doing your kind of your project discussion, you at least know what the baseline is for the teen center. I think that's a great idea for future events and activities. I think we as staff would support all of that. So I don't know that the commission needs to discuss whether or not to support that. I think we can discuss that with you independently and see if we can schedule that in. We're still in the exploratory phase of programming there. We kind of want to see what sticks. And so if you think that that's something, and same for all of you, if you have an idea, please reach out to us at any time. You don't have to wait for the meetings to have those discussions. So you're welcome to make a motion to kind of formalize the discussion, but I think we can move forward with doing that outside of the formal discussion if Commissioner Ramcharan would like to speak to staff about it.
Okay, that works. We can speak.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll connect with you. That's a great idea.
Okay, great. And is there any other commissioners that want to hold any future agenda topics?
So this would probably go under the e-bike use category, but it's brought to my attention recently that a lot of e-bikes have been vandalized and been altered with in like not a very positive way. So I believe that we should talk about what actions we could take to prevent this. And I'm not sure if this falls under our jurisdiction, but like punishments and whatnot, or things we could do to prevent that, so to speak.
Sure. If I can suggest then what we could do is if the commission is in support, we could see if a member representative from our police department can come and do a presentation on, things you can do, like you said, to prevent. It's obviously you can't completely prevent it, but things you can do to kind of thwart that a little bit. So if you're open to that, we can look into having that presentation.
Yep, that would be great.
Okay. So then we would need a motion for that.
Yeah, so are there any motions to agendize this topic?
Motion.
Are there any seconds?
Second.
Okay.
All right, and then all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Okay, can I just ask who the second was? I'm sorry.
I think it's Commissioner Chabot.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm still learning where the voices are coming from. Okay.
And then do I need a motion to move past that, or could we just?
No.
Okay, great. And then with that, are there any motions to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Great.
Okay, who made the motion on that?
I did.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, it's very faint. Okay, perfect. Thank you all. That was a great meeting. Appreciate it.